Next at 10, a News 3 investigation. Sam Stanton is now almost 2 years old.
The incident happened back in 2013, and his mother has been fighting for justice for Sam ever since. She reached out to News 3 investigative reporter Adam Schrager looking for answers. Adam.
Well, Michelle and Eric, let's talk about what we know for sure. The following facts are indisputable. Sam Stanton's doctor, a leading child abuse expert in Wisconsin, called his injury, quote, gravely concerning. Columbia County Child Protective Services called it child abuse, but the Columbia County District Attorney did not. We wanted to know why.
There's not a day that goes by that I don't look at him and think about it.
It was July 19th, 2013. Sam Stanton was 7.5 months old. When his mom picked him up at the Bunny Hop Daycare in Fall River that afternoon, her parental radar quickly went off.
It's you knowing that something's wrong, really wrong, not just a little wrong, but really wrong.
When they got to her car, she'd understand how true her intuition was.
As I pulled him away from my body, I will never, ever, ever, ever forget in a million years the look of terror on his face and the noise that he made.
Sam would end up at UW-Madison's Children's Hospital, and Heather would start answering questions from an emergency room doctor.
She's asking me, how well do you know your care provider?
An X-ray showed a spiral fracture in Sam's femur.
I'm just stunned, thinking, what do you mean a fracture?
It's a high-force injury caused by twisting. In adults, it can happen on the ski slope if your foot gets caught in the snow and the rest of your body goes a different direction.
In my mind, there's no way you can say this was an accident.
One of the preeminent child abuse doctors in Wisconsin agreed. Dr. Barbara Knox told the Fall River Police that Sam's injury was consistent with abuse.
One of the questions that I was asked was, do I think I could have done it?
Heather took a lie detector test and passed. Sam was returned to her care. He's now doing well, with physical therapy having restored full movement to his leg. In terms of who hurt him a year and a half ago, the police and Columbia County Social Services focused on the daycare.
So who did it? That's the question.
There were 2 grown-ups there the day Sam was hurt, and they told authorities wildly different stories.
You can't have a child in 2 places at the same time. You can't be upstairs and downstairs. You can't be eating lunch and sleeping at the same time.
Columbia County substantiated child abuse against the owner of the daycare in November 2013, and the state's Division of Children and Family Services documented that 2 months after she was allowed to voluntarily close her business.
I have sent email after email after email to the village officer.
For the last year, Heather's fought for Sam, figuring the next logical step would be prosecution. But nothing about this situation has been logical.
We, first of all, don't have proof that Sam, the child here, was injured deliberately or in a criminally negligent manner. And we also don't have proof beyond a reasonable doubt who injured him.
Jane Colway is Columbia County's district attorney. She closed Sam's case without charges. It's why we're not naming the adults in the daycare that day. Colway says she understands Heather's frustration.
I would love that every crime would get solved, and even more so when it's a baby that's getting injured. But we don't solve all crimes.
So I just want to be clear. The Fall River Police Department sent it to your review for possible abuse charges. Columbia County Child Protective Services labeled it as child abuse. Child Protective Services at the state level labeled it as child abuse, but your office is not.
That's correct.
I think it just makes you physically sick.
Heather Stanton believes the DA's decision sends a horrible message to society.
It's saying that if you can't speak and you can't point to the person who did something, they'll never be caught. He's 7.5 months old. It's not like he can call 911.
She says she doesn't want to keep making Sam a victim, but her parental radar won't let her stop pushing for justice for Sam.
How do you let go? You just walk away and forget? I can't. That's wrong. What about the next child?
Multiple efforts to reach the two grown-ups at the daycare that day have gone unanswered. District Attorney Colway says she hopes someone watching tonight has information that can help solve this case. She told us these are the types of cases that keep prosecutors up at night. In the meantime, Heather says Sam's situation has uncovered some flaws when what she says the state does to help parents pick their daycare providers. We're going to explain more on that. Eric and Michelle coming up tomorrow night on News 3 at 6.
Boy, so many unanswered questions there. We look forward to that tomorrow. Adam, thank you very much.
Thank you.